Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much as always for clicking on this video and joining me as we dive into some more movie news. So in this video we're going to be discussing the first reactions to the live action Snow White movie. I mean, the marketing campaign for this movie has been nothing short of a shit show. Everything from Rachel Zegler's comments to the backlash against using CGI dwarfs instead of real dwarf actors. Everything has just been an absolute PR nightmare for Disney. But it does actually look like, in spite of all of that this movie may have turned out pretty well. So let's get into these reactions and see exactly what people are saying. We're going to check out the reactions to start with, then we'll go into the news after and read some information about the movie. So this comes to us from comicbookmovie.com. Snow White first reactions land following world premiere, and they might just surprise you. Yeah, I think they are going to surprise us because apparently it's pretty positive. So let's go down, get straight into these reactions. So, diving into our first reaction here, unfortunately it doesn't fit onto this entire kind of post here. So let's go over to X, we can read the whole thing. Rachel Zegler is a shining supernova in Snow White, beautifully embodying the graceful, gentle nature of the OG Disney princess. It's a visual feast with show-stopping new musical numbers, and of course, dozens of enchanting animated animals. The screenplay wisely gives its heroine newfound depth through her fervent desire to become the leader her father believed she could be. And the love story that's sweet as apple pie. Okay, so this person obviously really enjoyed the movie. Okay, so moving on to our next one here. This one also doesn't fit onto this page here, so we'll go over to the X post. Rachel Zegler stuns in Snow White with a vocal range crafted by the gods. She shines magic, charm, and beauty into this spinful reimagining of Disney's 1937 classic, with Gal Gadot serving as a cartoonishly fun and whimsical portrayal of the evil queen. Mark Webb delivers a visual treat, accompanied by Erin Cressida Wilson's strong writing and Benj Pasek and Justin Paul's dazzling, shoe-tapping original songs that speak to the world and the journey of the characters within it. All of that plus adorable dwarfs, especially White's relationship with Dopey, an exploration of one's heroism through pure heart, and a swift runtime that shapes Snow White into a Disney's strongest retelling yet, and bona fide family crowd pleaser. Okay, so going back over here, let's move on to our next one. So, despite the bob being all over the place, Snow White is quite charming, the message lands well, the critters are adorable, and Rachel Zegler and her enchanting voice are stunning. It's almost got full tear out of me, and I've never cried in my entire life. Okay, so this person's saying it's quite an emotional performance within the movie, which is great. I mean, Snow White is an emotional story, so to hear that emotion's in the story is a great thing. Let's go on to the next one. So, despite becoming an internet punching bag, Disney's remake of Snow White is actually most successful. Rachel Zegler is an absolute star, most of the new songs are catchy and beautifully performed, and the visual palette is scrumptious and vibrant. Gal Gadot had beautiful gowns. Listen, I was worried, but let me tell you, Snow White is pure Disney magic. This will end up being a lot of people's favourite live-action remake. Okay, and a joyous premiere for a delightful film. I can't wait for the world to see this special movie. Also, as a musical, it's perfect. We get an opening number, and I want song, a villain song, a love song, an 11 o'clock number, reprises, and finale, among others. So there's a lot of people here that are saying this movie is starting off strong, that it's pure Disney magic. It's got the emotion, it's got the heart, it's got the musical numbers, pretty much everything that you would want in this Snow White live action retelling. So it's off to a strong start. Can this momentum continue to build? Will word of mouth spread? I mean, with all the backlash, with all the marketing and everything, can this movie get over that hurdle of that backlash and kind of become profitable, become successful? Will it get repeat viewings? Will it get large family members to come back and watch it? That'll be the big question, but it seems like it's off to a very, very strong start. So let's get into some of this news quickly. So let's jump into this news. The first social media reactions to Snow White are starting to come in following last night's world premiere in LA. And they're quite a bit more positive than you would have been expecting. Yeah, I mean, I was expecting to hear like people kind of bashing on this movie like they have been the whole time the marketing campaign has been running, but it seems that it's been the complete opposite. But then 9 times out of 10, we always see social media reactions to movies. They always seem to be positive for some reason. They skew towards the positive, but I mean, the same thing happened for Captain America Brave New World, and I mean, look how that movie's turning out. So it could be the same here. I mean, the social media reactions for this movie could be good, but then in a couple of weeks' time, we could be sat here talking about this movie being in dire straits, you know, bombing at the box office. So ultimately, we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Though we are used to seeing a lot of gushing first reactions for pretty much every movie, yeah, like I was just saying, Disney's latest live-action remake has come in for backlash from all corners for a number of reasons. The trailers didn't exactly do much to build anticipation. Yeah, the trailers, I don't think they the trailers just didn't get across the movie that well. I mean, it just didn't build the excitement, the anticipation that people are expecting, even among those who would usually look forward to Disney fare or Disney movies. So Disney held a scaled back premiere for the movie with no press invited to interview the stars on the red carpet, and many believe the reason comes down to the supposed controversies surrounding lead stars Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. I mean, we all know about the backlash surrounding Rachel Zegler with the comments she made about the original Snow White, and there's been a little bit of backlash about Gal Gadot and her kind of comments towards the, the Palestine-Gaza war type of thing. Although that kind of backlash didn't really take off in the same way that the Rachel Zegler backlash did. And I completely understand why Disney want to keep reporters and questions away from their stars on the red carpet. Because if Rachel Zegler opened her mouth and said something ridiculous, it could just completely cannibalize, I should say, the entire movie. So that's the reason why they had a scaled-back premiere. Here's what the actor Martin Kleber, who provides the voice for Grumpy, had to say about the premiere during an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. So, it really isn't going to be a red carpet. It's going to be at the El Capitan Theatre, which is cool, but it's basically going to be a pre-party. Watch the movie and that's it. There's not going to be this whole hoopla of Disney's first fucking movie that they've ever made because of all the controversy. They're afraid of the blowback from different people in society. So whatever the case may be, the studio might end up regretting that decision not to hold the Sharia premiere for the movie after these responses. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. They had a scaled back premiere. I think they were supposed to have a premiere in London as well, but they cancelled the one in London. And yeah, they're just absolutely terrified of one of the actors opening their mouths and saying something stupid and basically ticking everybody off and, sort of bombing the movie even more, if you like. If it's even possible to get more backlash against Rachel Zegler, which at this point, I'm not even sure it is. But guys, you see these first reactions coming out here to the live action retelling of Snow White. Has it caught you off guard like it has for me? Has it surprised you? Or is this exactly what you expected them to be? Really, really positive, saying that it's a great story with great emotion, great musical numbers. Is it something you expected or didn't expect? Whatever your thoughts are, jump into the comment section and let us know. As always, thanks so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber of the channel if you haven't done so far. Goes a long way to supporting my content, so I'd really appreciate that. And as always, I will see you in the next video.